Hey, welcome back to another book review with Courageous Sage. Today I'll be reviewing a book called Courage by Osho, The Joys of Living Dangerously. Now, first of all, let me just read you this real fast. The body will be taken by death. Before it is taken by death, give it to love. Whatever you have will be taken away. Before it is taken away, why not share it? Right there, you know? In this book, it goes on and on about how a brave man can't be an intelligent man, and an intelligent man can't be a brave man. But an intelligent man can be a courageous man, a being that is conscious of what it is you're putting out there. Being able to surrender so much to yourself can be scary. Being able to surrender to just the randomness, to the unknown, can be scary. The more we live in this level of fear, and instead of facing the fear, if we live in fear of facing the fear, then where does the courage come in? Once you come to the state of courage within yourself, you face the fear head first. You focus on it. It's internal, whatever it is that fear is. It doesn't mean I'm saying go put yourself into, you're afraid of sharks, so you should go swim with sharks. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what it is that makes you fear. What is it that makes you fear that because you'll swim with sharks that you'll lose your life? Why do you fear that? What is it? What is this attachment to this vehicle that we currently occupy? What? You can't take this with you. This is like a glass. Yeah, you can, drink out of it. But sooner or later it'll be empty. And you can either be water in another glass, or you can, you get the metaphor, I'm sure, a little bit. But so this book is just a wonderful representation of how to live your life more open to yourself, to your own source, to who you are, on a level of self-reflection that allows you to go out there in the world and make a difference. Because why we have these, so many things that cause suffering in the world is because people choose not to face their fears. They choose rather to inflict fear on other people because they can't find the courage to face their own. And if they're in anguish, it's much easier for them to be in anguish when everybody else is in anguish too. Instead of going out there, figuring out what it is that caused them to feel this way, what their attachments are, you have to have courage to give up your attachments. You have to have a level of intelligence, yes, but you also have to have a level of surrendering to the heart, surrendering to hear, to your source, to who you truly are, to your spirit, to your deeper underlying consciousness. That's not easy for a lot of people. But this book is just a beautiful representation by Osho. Now, Osho is a very, well thought out person. He's very intelligent when it comes to what his perspective of is, and he's built up his own wisdom from a very early age by, not following what his parents told him to do, not following what his society told him to do, not following what his religions told him to say. He chose to seek it for himself. He had the courage to dive into it for himself instead of taking it for granted for face value by everyone else. God is not a person, but the ultimate sense of well-being, the ultimate sense of being at home, the ultimate sense that I belong to this world and it belongs to me. I'm not an alien here. I'm not an outsider. Yeah, this is just a beautiful way to build up courage in your life. The ultimate courage, no beginning, no end. It goes in detail on meditation practices. It goes into detail on, just a little bit of his life. There's a meditation for the fear of emptiness. Oh no, am I empty? But it basically says just dive into that feeling. Face it head first. Find why is it that I feel empty? What is it? And the more you focus on it every single night until the point it just disappears. You don't even realize You become content. You find courage to face the emptiness and fine, be empty. Be empty. Just entirely empty. But if you have fears and doubts, you're not empty. When you're empty, you're empty. So be empty, basically, is what he says. You know? And it goes into, you know, the fear of sexual relationships. It goes into the fear of stepping out of your religious comfort zone. It goes into the fears of parents and their social conditioning. But it's basically how you can overcome those things. And so this is just an absolutely wonderful representation of that. And for me, courage, you know, I love courage. So absolutely recommend this book. I wish you all a lovely rest of your day, this day, and every other. Namaste.